Here we are back on another episode of 99 Adventures, and we are in the rig. We have a special guest with us today.
No, he's not a guest. He's our son.
But he's a guest
I'm a special guest.
That's right. He's a guest on the podcast. We're going to talk to Connor a little bit about his thoughts on us full-time RVing, what he thinks about that, and some other things. And then later on, we have some big news, changes for our summer and what we're going to be doing throughout the entire summer months. So we'll get to that in just a few minutes as well.
Welcome to 99 Adventures, the podcast where the campsite stories are all about the RV lifestyle. We're your hosts, Alan and Kim, fellow lovers of all things RV living. Here on 99 Adventures, we explore the highs and hiccups of life on wheels, whether it's discovering hidden gems off the beaten path or tackling the realities of RV living. But we're not just about the travel, we're about the taste, too. In every episode, we'll cook up something special right from the RV kitchen or campsite. So get hooked up, grab your skillet, and let's hit the road. It's time for 99 Adventures, where the journey and the flavors never stop.
All right.
So, you forgot, it's Mother's Day.
Oh.
You got to wish all the mothers happy Mother's Day. And for Mother's Day, Kim's going to cook some cookies. And I'm going to cook some chicken and some sausage and some boudin for later. But happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there and mothers-to-be.
Connor.
Introduce yourself, Connor.
Tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so as I said, I'm Connor. I go to UTSA. I am currently contracted through the Air Force, through the ROTC program, so I'll commission in a couple years.
As a first lieutenant?
As a second lieutenant.
Second lieutenant in the Air Force.
I'm a geographic information systems major. That's about it. I mean,
School, work.
What's your GPA?
It's like a 3.67.
And you are what year in college?
You're wrapping up.
Sophomore.
You're wrapping up your sophomore. Getting ready to be a junior.
Yeah. Getting ready to TDY for about 3 weeks.
What is the TDY for? What are you doing? And what is TDY? It's a temporary duty assignment.
Temporary duty assignment. Yeah. I'll be in Maxwell Air Force Base.
Where's that at?
It's in Alabama.
Okay.
I'll be there for 3 weeks. It's a training environment where pretty much officer training school is. You go through a lot of group leading procedures, tests, just your typical stuff to kind of tell and gauge like where you are as a leader, how well you can control, so things like that.
And this week you were told what position you're going to have for your junior year, since it's more of a leadership position, right?
Position.
One of them.
It's a position within the ROTC group at college, though, right? Not your job in the Air Force.
Yes.
Right? So you have to say that. I mean, just so they know what's going on. What job did you apply for or put in for? And then ultimately, which one did you get selected for? And was there an interview process for each one? Or how did that work? You got to tell the whole story.
Yeah, so I put in for flight commander, deputy flight commander, and a physical training leader. Yeah, I had to interview for all of them. We don't know until a little bit later on if we got those, but I did get one position, and that's another group within ROTC. I'm a squadron commander for the Special Warfare Club that's there. It's about 50 people involved, so looking to make some changes throughout that year with scheduling and trying to find more opportunities to...
You're trying to streamline the process a little bit better, right?
Yeah.
Based off of your past experience, is that correct? Okay.
What I did and what I didn't like.
So let those be the lessons of what not to do. So you're going to try to change that, right? Okay. All right.
Awesome. So, today is Sunday, so you have a couple finals this week.
I have 5.
Oh, 5.
5?
5, yeah.
Yeah. So
next week?
This week.
All due by Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wednesday.
Okay.
Wow. All right. So we need to get this. Are you ready? Have you studied?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, So we brought you in, and I will say we also have a daughter. If you've been listening, we just had her wedding and all that. But she and her husband, Steven, are hiking between Redding and Eureka off of that,
California.
in California, off that road, 295, Trinity Highway. And they are off grid. We're going to get Connor's thoughts, and then we might ask him to
Share some top secret information that him and his sister may or may not have had, in passing and stuff like that. If there's anything there. If not, no big deal. We may try to, at later time, hook up with Ashlyn and kind of do maybe a Zoom type thing to get her thoughts to be like maybe the second portion of another episode, just to give her thoughts. Kind of the same deal that we have Connor here for.
Yeah. Okay. So just right out the gate, how do you feel about Dad and I living full-time in an RV? And I think maybe go back to what your initial thoughts were when we decided to go full-time.
Yeah, so when was this? It was like senior year. When
Yeah.
I decided this. I was like, yikes. I mean, I was like reluctant at first, but I mean, at the end of the day, right, it doesn't really affect me, but it was more like, I wonder what like my college is gonna be like, because I'm not gonna be going necessarily home to anything.
Right.
It was just a different like topic to be, thinking about. No, I mean, y'all like it so far, right? So I initially, I think it was like I said like 6 months before y'all would be like in a house, and so far, I mean, y'all have enjoyed it. So who am I to judge? All I can do is support. So
Yeah. Do you miss anything about us being in a house, period, or in our home in Corpus Christi? Is there anything that you miss about that?
And don't say mowing the lawn, because you didn't do much of that. Or weed eating.
yeah, but I did have my other job.
Yeah.
No, not really. Y'all raised me to be pretty independent, so I don't have a need to be at home.
Yeah.
I really don't. So
You don't really miss that piece.
it doesn't.
But,
Maybe.
but I think, though, just because everybody raises their kids differently and has different morals and standards and what that looks like, and just because we raise our kids a certain way to be independent doesn't mean that everybody's going to be the same, So,
Right. How do you feel about when you come out here and to stay with us? How do you like that? Do you like to come out to the RV and stay with us? No. No, why? Why don't you like it?
I'm sleeping on a mattress or an air mattress.
Oh, you mean like stay the night? I thought you were talking about like for the day.
No. Like
Yeah.
overnight.
Oh. Well, that doesn't happen. When has that ever even happened?
Doesn't.
Yeah.
It has
A
for
couple
Christmas.
A couple times.
Yeah, a few times.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
No, not really. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's too tight. Plus, y'all are out here in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So.
But wait, you stayed with us for a little while. No? At Fort Sam?
Forcing.
Was there a transition time
It was
between
like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, that's right, because we had sold the house and you
You stayed in here for 2 weeks?
yeah,
Forcing him.
at Fort Sam.
I was, because I had gotten back from the Air Force Academy.
Oh, okay.
And we had sold the house and it wasn't time for you to move into the apartment.
Apartment, yeah.
His off-campus housing apartment, yeah. So,
I don't even remember that.
you blocked it out. It was
I
so
blocked it out,
horrible.
man.
You blocked it out. What about holidays and things like that? How is that this year? How has that been?
That aspect, I think I miss a little bit more.
Yeah.
Just because, like, it's not as Christmassy.
Yeah, it definitely feels different.
It definitely, there's not a lot of spirit around it.
Yeah. But I think, in all fairness, there was some really, really bad planning for our first year in the rig and not at the house. And
Yes.
so there was some pretty,
A lot of last minute things.
Yeah. So this Christmas, we're chalking up that this Christmas literally didn't even happen.
This past Christmas.
This past Christmas. So this coming Christmas will be our first Christmas.
And, spoiler alert, I won't even be here.
Well, you never know. Our plan is to come back here after our work camping job in the end of September. We're jumping the gun on that a little bit, but unless something pops up, plan is to be back here.
Okay. So, take 2. We had some battery issues, so we are going to redo that. We're going to start over and talk about our plans for the summer.
Work camping.
Work camping. Yep.
Yeah, around the Durango, Colorado area. The actual town is Bayfield, is closest town. So something completely different. Reached out to a lady that manages Blue Spruce RV Park.
Mm-hmm. And how did you find that?
It's in a Facebook group of full-time RV work campers. They post a lot of different RV parks, post from coast to coast on that Facebook group, looking for couples and singles to come do work camping in exchange for full hookup sites. A lot of them offer a pay as well. We opted to just do a full hookup site, and Kim works remotely. That's what we're going to do this summer.
Yeah.
We're going to do lots of adventures around that area, train rides. There's lots of rivers, rafting and tubing, fishing, all kinds of stuff to do. And we'll be documenting all those. Some of them will be on site. Some of them will be back at the RV. I don't know. We're just going to play it by ear, but we're super excited about leaving in May and then come back the end of September to maybe the first week in October. Don't really know how long. It's somewhere around in those time frame in regards to how long the gig lasts. And so we'll just, that's what we're going to do.
Yeah. So you're going to be doing the work camping?
Just general maintenance is the job. So you see it needs to be fixed, fix it. That's kind of the deal. Our compensation, or my compensation, is a full hookup site with electricity and septic and water, 2 propane tanks a month, and then unlimited firewood. So we're excited on a bunch of different levels, but one of the main things that we're excited about is the weather. We're excited about not being in Texas, South Texas, for the summer this year, where it's 120 degrees literally, and we're going to be 50, 55 in the morning, the high of 75 to 78. It might hit 80. I think the lady manager said that if it hits 85 in the summer, that they're all freaking out, right? So we're like 85. That's 25, 30 degrees below what we're normally at.
Yeah.
So we're good. We're good with that. So.
And then, but you said, so Connor, you spent last summer in Colorado. You were in Colorado Springs, correct?
I did, near Colorado Springs.
Yeah, at the
Air Force Academy.
but it was a lot hotter there.
Yeah, it was about 97 there.
Yeah. And what were you doing there?
I was at the Special Warfare Orientation Course, about 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
Just a lot of training, getting beat down. Wasn't that fun, but it was a lot of great experience. So
Yeah.
prepare myself for selection in about a year. So
How long did it take you to get acclimated when you were there?
I never got acclimated. I was there for 2.5 weeks.
What?
Yeah, the people at USAFA, they have you at about a year to a year and a half before you can get fully acclimated.
Really?
At that, how many feet is?
We're like 7,900 feet.
So we'll be at the same
Generally the same.
same elevation, because this where we're going to be at is about 8,000.
8,000 feet.
Right.
Yeah.
So a year and a half it takes to get fully acclimated.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. Because, well, we've had a couple of vacations in Colorado before, and in 2016 we went to Denver and then up into the Breckenridge area. And yeah, I mean, we were out of breath, hiking or climbing up the stairs up to the condo or whatever, and never really got past that. But we were only there for 4 days. So I figured it would just take a couple weeks to get acclimated, but not really.
Nope.
Crazy. I did not know that. Anyway.
Just to put it in perspective, I was about, typically my mile and a half is about 8:40. There it was a 10:30. So
Wow.
a lot slower.
Yeah. We've got a bunch of activities that we're going to be doing while we're there, taking advantage of the time that we're there, working around Alan's schedule of about 3 days a week, and then, of course, my work schedule as well. There's lakes and hiking.
And tons of stuff to do. And
Yeah.
so we're excited about doing our first work camping thing, starting a resume, and then hopefully this won't be the last gig. Hopefully this becomes more of the norm of what we do in the summertime, and eventually maybe even go full-time year-round. So we could be in Georgia, we could be in North Carolina, we could be in California at any given time, as long as the stars align with Kim's work, and
Yeah.
pretty much it.
We're also, this is why we took a couple of weeks off between episodes. All of this has happened over the last couple of weeks, so we've just been trying to get all of our ducks in a row.
Prepare.
We had things that we had here at the campsite.
One of the biggest things that we did is we got rid of our post office box, and we
Yes.
went to a company called the Traveling Mailbox.
Correct, the traveling mailbox.
Yeah, we've yet to get any mail. We just did all this the last couple of days, but they scan all of your documents and they send you your packages. They give you a physical address to use for your home base and so forth. So I think it was like, what, $28 a month or something like
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
$20. So it's not too bad.
They'll even because Alan does receive some things in the mail, like packages in the mail
From the VA.
From the VA. And so they'll even,
I get all my medicines through the mail.
yeah. So they will forward the medication when they get it, or the packages that they get to wherever you're at. You tell them where you're at. That was the main, one of two reasons why we decided to go to the traveling mailbox, because instead of the P.O. box, the P.O. box we would have had to get Connor to go and check every week or so, and then we just took that piece out of the equation and just said, let's just try this, do it this way. We paid for the whole year, so we will try it out for the whole year and see how we like it and go from there. But yeah, so we've been working to get little things fixed around on the RV, just some little maintenance things. There was some truck maintenance things that we had to get done.
Yep.
And
Got all that done. Everything's done. We're ready to go.
We're ready to go. We took some things to storage, rearranged storage, because Connor has a bunch of stuff in his storage there as well that he will need as he's transitioning to a different apartment this summer. So we had to get all of that organized and ready to go. So we've been very busy just prepping to head out to Colorado.
Yep.
But so our future episodes, we're going to take about 3 days to get to the Durango area. It doesn't take that long, but we're going to take some time, just go a little slower and just break it up a little bit. And so we're going to talk about that. We're going to visit some neat little spots and areas and just talk about our travels up to Colorado, and then all the things
that we're going to do in Colorado. So.
That we have planned. And then also work camping. We're going to talk about the work camping stuff too. What we learned.
Things to do, things to not do, lessons learned type things. So yeah.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot to talk about.
Yeah. But one thing on the work camping is that what we have seen is that there are a lot of opportunities to work camp. Now, I would say that most of them are not paid, but there are paid ones out there. But you at least get a free campsite and your electricity paid for at the bare minimum. Sometimes it's more little benefits than that, like where we're going, we have a few more benefits. If you're interested in that, I'll include a link to the Facebook group that we're in. And but yeah, I mean, it's just a really neat way to be able to go and get mobile, see some things, and be able to be in one spot for maybe a little bit longer time frame and explore the area around that. So yeah, we're super excited. All right. We are going to cook some cookies, and Alan's going to grill some chicken.
Grill some chicken. Yeah. We'll come back.
We'll come back and sign off. So we'll see y'all in a bit.
Yeah.
All right. We're back. We sent the kid home to finish up his...
After he got a free tank of gas, I fixed a vacuum leak on his truck. I fixed his muffler yesterday.
Yes. Thank goodness, like...
What we're trying to do is guard against anything that may come up while we're gone. So
Yeah.
good thing I had some opportunity to look over his truck real good.
Yeah.
Got the oil changed the other day, so
Yeah.
he should be good to go for a little while, but you never know with Connor. So.
No. He came and met us at our storage building yesterday and then came with us to the grocery store afterwards. And he flew by us on I-10 with a muffler dangling. So that was fixed in the HEB parking lot yesterday. So yeah, just trying to get him situated before we
Hit the road.
head out. So we cooked some chicken on the grill, Alan did, and boudin, and I made some cookies that are okay. I'll include the recipe, but the recipe didn't call for salt.
No, don't do that to them.
Stop.
No, don't do that to them.
Stop.
No.
They're okay. They're with almond flour, so it's like...
Hey, it's Mother's Day. They were great.
Stop. Okay. All right. Well, just like that, another journey comes to a close on 99 Adventures. So raise a glass. Join me in a toast. Here's to RV life, tasty meals, and adventures in Colorado. Still waiting for us.
Colorado, yes. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow. We're going to be doing a lot of great adventures. It's going to be super fun to a place we've never been. So come along. Have fun.
Cheers. Enjoy your next adventure and bon appetit.